Welcome to another edition of Walton Entertainment. Today we'll have more news, information, and entertainment from your local hometown.
This is Greg Thompson from John's Supermarket, thanking all of our customers for a great 2019. From the staff of John's Supermarket, happy holidays and
Merry Christmas from John's Supermarket.
First, and I think Terry said that you're going to go in order of size. So, but anyway, first is Mayor John Howard with the City of Monroe.
First or city side?
Either one. Mayor Ray Martinez with the City of Loganville. Mayor Hal Daly with the City of Social Circle. Carol Witcher with the City of Walnut Grove. And Jimmy Guthrie from the City of Good Hope. If y'all stand, and then any other council members that are here, if y'all would stand also. I don't know if there are any other council members. Anyway, I just like to give them a hand. Sometimes what they do is a thankless job, and I know they're doing great things for their city in Walton County. So with that, Mayor.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Before we get started, I have a few trivia questions. How old is the city of Monroe?
200 years.
Close to 200. Who guessed 200 first? Because you get the prize. 198 will be 200 years on January 1st, 2021.
Wow.
Because of her leadership class, she knew the answer. Next, what was the original name of the city of Monroe? Spring Place.
That was Bruce.
Oh, great, Bruce. I'll give you one of these later. We're going to pass on to the next person. And don't answer this one either, Bruce. How many governors were born in Monroe?
8.
Who got 8?
I said 8.
How many governors of Georgia were born in Monroe, Liz?
5.
7 governors of Georgia and 1 governor of Texas.
That's Walton.
This is for you. That's what I said. Okay, next. On the historic courthouse clock, what time does it read? Hey, look at your watch. Carrie got the accurate time.
Carrie said whatever time it is.
And the last question, who won the Battle of the Burgers? Silver Queen. Kenny Smiley. I'll get this to you in a little bit. Now, sometimes you learn a little bit when somebody speaks, mainly about the town, other times about what's happening around the world, sometimes about little insignificant things. The insignificant part is the color of the year for 2020 is naval. Basically, it's a fancy way of saying marine blue. But the color of the day is pink. This portion of my speech was brought to you by the fine folks at Barrel Roofing. Seriously though, when you're looking at reasons to buy real estate, what are the three main reasons? Location, location, location. Similarly, when giving a speech, what are the 3 rules? The 3 B's.
Be brief.
Be brief, be bold,
Be gone.
be gone. So, thank you, Becky. You've heard this speech before. Now, I did write this speech last Tuesday when I got a notice from Carrie that says, hey, don't forget you're speaking at the chamber on Wednesday. Had this Wednesday down, but I wrote the speech for last Wednesday. I showed up thinking I had the wrong time, and apparently all of y'all had the wrong time. So if I'm a little dated in my speech and I invite you to the parade tomorrow night, know that the parade was last week. And seriously, if you didn't come to that parade, you missed something. Go on YouTube and watch it. We had 7,500 people here. 73 floats. It was packed, and that's what happens when God gives you a 60-degree day in December. And I do, and want to express appreciation to our public servants. Bruce is here, and Bruce, we thank you. But in this particular case, I want to express appreciation to Senator Isaacson, Hal Daly, as he will be departing the mayorship and social circle, Lamar Lee from Walnut Grove, and Kevin Little, as he'll be stepping down next year. That's over a century of service between them, and we're lucky to have those folks and people like that who lead Walton County in the state of Georgia. And speaking of the state of Georgia, again, we're, for the 7th year in a row, the #1 state in which to do business. So if you see Governor Kemp or Bruce Williamson back there, please thank them for keeping our business a priority. So the state of our city, the city of Monroe, is strong. It's actually stronger than ever. Our bond ratings are up. We're at an A. We have sufficient reserves in all funds. And you will see us start to use some money to enhance our infrastructure. And that's a goal not only for me and for our team at the city, but it's a countywide goal. So you'll hear transportation as a top project, a topic in pretty much all of our speeches. So I'm counting on you to talk about moving Walton forward. Our Livable Cities initiative is coming to a close. We've seen the new sidewalks that have gone in, the new lighting that's gone in, the new trees. We're just about finished with the everlasting Spring Street project, and we also have North Broad that is really, really looking good right now. We're in the process of completing our downtown fiber, our Wi-Fi system that will allow you to move seamlessly from store to store, keeping it on our own system so you don't have to log in differently and you don't have to roam. Since this time last year, we've seen our new businesses flourish. Fantastic community events. I saw many of you at Farm to Table. That was a sold-out event again. And we did win an award for the state for that event. First Friday concerts, including our first one that was at the Downtown Green. We'll talk about that more in a minute. Spring Fling, fireworks, Fall Fest, candlelight shopping, and again, the Christmas parade. Come down on Thursday nights, because it really is like walking into a Norman Rockwell painting. I'm not going to go into all the new businesses that we've opened in the last year, but we're at about 12 and counting. Our residential growth is staggering. We've approved 960 units over the past year. 150 of those have received COs. So residentially, we're providing places to live, and it is a tight market. If you want to come to Monroe and you want to be downtown, you better buy something quick, because it's just continuing to rise and rise. Our Young Game Changers from Georgia Forward gave us their recommendations toward the end of the summer. We, along with those local participants, do we have any of those Young Game Changers here? Lindsay Hickman, Donna Peters, Eli. It was just a really, really great group. We had 15 from Monroe, 15 from Atlanta, and 15 from around the state that brought some stuff to our attention, but also confirmed some of that we're on the right track, really developing the parks and building the connectivity between each. So we'll be working on that. We'll be working on our workforce pipeline and actively pursuing a lot of those recommendations. You probably also have realized that Monroe is now a wedding venue, which is really, really cool to me, because I remember when I graduated from high school, 1988, nobody wanted to get married in Monroe. Really? You're going to get married there? But now it is a big to-do. Wayfair stays booked. We have plenty of venues around the area, and we have actually more that are on the way. In the past year, our police department has responded to more than 50,000 calls. We're half the size of Covington, and we are about the approximate size of Covington, but our police force is about half the size. So council has gone through the budget process with us over the last couple of months, and we're finding probably 5 more officers over the next year. Chief Bill Owens with our fire department, they are very, very active in the community. Our response times are way, way down. I mean, they're looking great. And Bill has a vested interest in building community, and I appreciate it. Patty's telling me to stop.
He has so much more to say.
But Patty knows that I don't listen very well. I'll be quick. Our park improvement plan we've unveiled. The Downtown Green's underway, $1.4 million grant. We expect to be receiving in March. And I do not want to go without recognizing Leanne Walker. I think Leanne's here. I didn't see Sadie. Is Sadie here? These two are the spokes of the strongest will we've got. Over 50 major projects in the last year, with about 20 more coming this coming year. So we look forward to serving you every day. Don't forget to fill out your census. Thank Shane Short back there for all that he's done for our economic development. And thank you. I appreciate your prayers for the city.
Thank you, Mayor Howard, and next is Mayor Martinez.
I gotta hurry because Patty's gonna time me. Real quick, before I start, Danny Roberts, my city manager, is here. Christy Daniels, my events marketing is here, and Gracie are here. Yeah, thank you. Real quick, I gotta talk quick because Miss Patty's timing me real quick. You know what? I'm not gonna start with trivia. I'm gonna start with a little song. When was the last time you guys started with a little song, a little State of the City song? Do you guys remember the Pointy Sisters? You guys old enough for the Pointy Sisters? You right? I'm so excited, right? I'm so excited. Your mayor of Loganville is so excited, and I can't hide it. I cannot hide it. But I'm going to start on a serious note. I am so excited about this past year, 2019, we honored veterans. We really did. And I'm going to start by me and the mayor here. We did the Freedom Bowl. That's the first annual, and I saw Nathan Franklin around here. Thank you, Nathan, for allowing us to do the Freedom Bowl. If you guys don't know, me and the city of Monroe are competitors, and we did a trophy to honor the veterans. We honored Lieutenant Helton, Major Gary Gray, and Sergeant Stokely, our Walton County heroes. We also did the Loganville Walton County. You guys remember Master Sergeant Mark Allen? He was laid to rest about a month and a half ago, and let me tell you, the city of Loganville, along with Walton County, lined the streets. Over 1,000 people lined the streets. That's right. I'm excited. No, that's right, because that's what we do. We honor our heroes. Okay. And the third thing that I'm excited about, Loganville became a Purple Heart city. That's huge. That's huge. Last month, we honored our Purple Heart recipients. So now, every time you go to Loganville, you're gonna see the big signs out there, Purple Heart City. So I am excited about that. And I also want to congratulate Walton County, Kevin Little. You guys did the first Veterans Day ceremony, and I was there for that. So good job on that. I want to thank everybody here for joining us today, and to the Walton County Chamber of Commerce for allowing us, the city leaders, to stand here and provide an update of the great things that are taking place in our city. And there's a lot going on in our town. I'm sure most of you have already heard about the big news that is coming out of Loganville, and that is a proposed concept of $180 million redevelopment plan for our downtown. Let me tell you one thing about downtown. We've been working on downtown for almost 10 years. I ran on that downtown. People elected me to do something about downtown. They always told me, we're tired of going to other cities to spend a harder money. We're tired of going to Snellville. I want to be able to eat in downtown. That is exactly what we are accomplishing. Okay, so I am so excited. That's why I started out with that song, that I'm excited. I am super excited about the future of Loganville and what's to come. But now it's still very much, this redevelopment just area is still very much in the conceptual stage. But the Conley Investment and Development Group put together a project that we felt we needed to bring to the public. I want to be abundantly clear in saying that nothing with this project is set in stone. It is just a proposed project that is contrary to the rumors out there, does not require the use of eminent domain. The city is not going to use no eminent domain. We're not in the business of acquiring any churches. We're not in the business of buying any property right now. Okay. Eminent domain does not take the Baptist church property and does not include any financial benefit to either myself. Now, And I bring this up because there's people out there right now that are saying, what's the mayor have to... I ain't got no role. I'm not going to get rich from this. I just want what's best for Loganville. The mayor's not getting rich from anything of this, okay? With that being said, I'm constantly excited about the project and hope that there's anyone here who has a question about our future development, come by Rock Gym Monday at 6:30. We're going to have everything laid out. The city manager's going to be there. The developers are going to be there. Mr. Bill with Precision Planning is going to be there. I'm going to be there to answer any questions, okay? Let's talk about what we have welcome in our city, which includes, I ran on Keep Loganville Building, and that's exactly what we're doing. I also ran on Keep Loganville Moving, and that's exactly what we're doing in the city of Loganville. We got a Del Taco, we got a Huey Magoo's, we got a Monarch Boutique, we got an East Side Urgent. Where's East Side? No. We got East Side Urgent Care, among other business. We are also looking forward to next year seeing an 84-room Best Western Plus coming down into our downtown area, completed with an indoor pool that will break ground behind the Starbucks and Popeyes, opening up in the corner of Highway 78 where the old Walton Tire used to be at. We in the city are also continuing to work with GDOT. I ran on Keep Loganville Moving, and that's exactly what we're doing, along with my city manager here, to improve many of the intersections inside Loganville. We expect work to begin in the near future, improvements in Lawrenceville Road and C.S. Floyd Road, Highway 81, and look forward to seeing the final renderings on GDOT improvement to Main Street, Highway 20, and Highway 78. That intersection has been a talk of town for the longest time. If you guys are familiar with C.S. Floyd and 20, you cannot go straight because you got somebody in front of you that's making a left. We finally, after years of getting things done, me and the city manager went down to Gainesville to talk to the folks, and we told them, if you guys don't do anything about it right now, I'm going to go talk to Mr. Bruce Willis, and I'm going to go talk to Mr. Kemp, and those GDOT representatives, they went, woo, okay, we got to do something. And they did, because you know what? That's what you guys want. You guys want somebody that represents you, that just don't walk the talk, but does what he says he's going to do. Okay? That's right. That's right. And we're looking forward to seeing transportation projects that will result from the current SPLOST. I want to thank our chairman, Kevin Little. We had a good relationship with him, and we passed the SDS, and we also passed the SPLOST. Also, Take Sharp. We as elected officials in Loganville take pride in our police and fire departments. So it was great to see able to add beneficial tools to their arsenal. The Loganville Police Department upgraded the computers used in their vehicles, paid a large part of their seized assets funds. On the Public Utilities Department, we also have been working towards the future of a $14 million contract that was awarded this year for the expansion of our wastewater treatment plant. This is the second of 3 planned phases as we work toward a capacity of 5 million gallons a day. We're also working on a building water line for Monroe. I want to thank the mayor and his leadership and the staff of the city of Monroe for allowing us to do that. Great partnership. Thank you, Mayor. For the city that will reduce our reliance on purchasing costly water from the Gwinnett County. Once up and running, we will be able to purchase up to 3 million gallons of water per day. We also work on another second connection point of water service from Walton County. And while I'm turning the page, I want to thank the guys in pink, because I told them that I was Miss Burrell Roofing and Maria. I told them that I gave them a shout out. Other projects include adding street lights along Highway 81 on the way to Warner Grove, utilizing almost $500,000 of CDBG funds for drainage improvements and installation of sidewalks along Pecan and Line Streets. Christy Daniels, what a great job you've done, girl. You keep making, yeah, that's right. I cannot be more proud of you. You and your staff, you and Gracie right there. Our events calendar was a little hampered by the weather this year, but we enjoyed a great partnership with Walton County in using West Walton Park as a site for our annual Independence celebration. The feedback was great from all of those, and I want to thank Miss Christy Daniels for doing that. I stand here today, like many of my fellow elected officials, proud of the work we have done. And 8 minutes is not enough, lady, because we got a lot to do. And if you want me to come back next year, you better give me some more time. One last thing. That's it. One last thing, and I mean it from the bottom of my heart. I'm going to be really sad to see the Dean Mayor of Walton County, Mr. Hal Daly, and I consider him the Dean of the Mayors, thank you for your service, my friend. It has been an honor. I've learned a lot. Believe it or not, this young mayor has learned a lot from you. Thank you for your leadership, not only to Walton County, but to your community, and you will be missed greatly. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mayor Martinez and Mayor Hal Dally.
Ray, I'm tickled pink you got it in 8 minutes. Homage to Bower Roofing. It's my pleasure to stand here, and since this is my last time, I thought I'd do a little recount of 8 years and what's going forward. I'll start off with transportation, and I want to be one to thank Kevin, too, for organizing all the cities and the county together with a transportation plan that includes projects for everybody. It's on a map. It's online. You can look at it. DOT has it. DOT is encouraged that we're working together, so I think we'll gain a lot of ground with DOT by having a comprehensive transportation plan. The SDS that Ray mentioned, we got that signed, and in that service delivery strategy, the county, and we all pay for the county equipment, paving equipment. Every city now gets to use that, and we're paying for the asphalt with our LMIG money, which is state money that comes back for road improvements. The county's doing the same, and beyond that, we use SPLOST money. We work together and put a list together every year and prioritize those paving projects, and we've gotten a lot done. We finished Alcova Road in Social Circle. It's paved from the roundabout to the county line. And that's one of the main, believe it or not, it's one of the main transportation corridors between Social Circle and Covington. That's the short way. And we paved a lot of interior streets around Social Circle. We've got a major project. We've already signed a contract, or engineering contract for changing the lights out in downtown Social Circle. That'll be the first SPLOST project for first quarter of next year. We have traffic jam twice a day, school in, school out. And we're going to put programmable lights in where you have a green light and arrow where you can make a left turn without dying and hold the other side red. So those will go in and make a big difference on that part of traffic. We completed the bypass, Social Circle Parkway. We completed that about 6 years ago, and it's made a big difference in town. Part of that transportation project plan that we have is putting roundabouts at the north end, at Highway 11 and Cherokee Road North, a roundabout at the railroad track at East High Tower, in the middle of the industrial area, and on the south end of town. We figured out roundabouts work pretty well. The one at the school has made a lot of difference. We don't have any more T-bone wrecks or people taking a chance to make a left. You just get in a roundabout and figure the way to get out. But transportation is going to be key. As Kevin has said before, we've got the same roads we were riding on 40, 50 years ago, but we've got 3 times the population, almost 4. So we've got to move forward and make sure that we can move people around. Just like Loganville and Monroe, we're growing. Houses go on the market and they sell pretty quick. We've got a lot of construction taking place, all areas of the housing market, and we've got GIC in. Monroe finished GIC last year. We're in the first year of GIC this year. For y'all who don't know, that's Georgia Improvement for Community Housing. It addresses the problems you got, the way you need to go and address the needs of the community. So we're pretty happy about doing that. I want to talk a little bit about public safety. About 8 years ago, when I ran for mayor, everybody said there's a problem with the police and the fire, and they were all one unit, and a lot of ugly comments. And when I got in, I found out that most of it was true. Today, we have no one left in the police department that was there 8 years ago, and no one in the fire department that was there 8 years ago. And our police department now has kept the city for the last 4 years in the top 10% of the safest cities in the state of Georgia. And there are over 500 cities in the state. Our fire department went from almost not being able to fight a fire to one of the best around. We just got our new ISO rating. Social Circle went to an ISO 2 from a 4. And almost to a 1. It was very close. There are only 1,600 ISO 2 rated fire stations in the country. There are only 361s. So that tells you how far that fire department has come. Chief Ken Zaydell has done a wonderful job putting us in a professional fire department. It didn't hurt that we got our second fire department, fire station, and that occurred 4 years ago. And last year we put in a training facility. And moving forward, the things that are going to make a difference is to continue to improve the infrastructure on the water, because water supply plays a big part in that ISO rating. I thought we were going to have another ladder truck, but personnel and water pressure mean more than the ladder truck. So we continue to move forward on that. Quality of life. We painted the downtown, put lipstick on it, made it look better, started having events, and people started coming downtown. This last Friendship Festival, we didn't have 7,500, but they said we had 6,000. But we're all having big turnouts, and that's one thing that the mayors have worked together with. We all have events, and we want everybody to come in town, move all around the county, and leave $1 everywhere they go. It helps the merchants, it helps the community, and it provides things to do. We've already let the contract on Friendship Park and Social Circle. We'll be building an amphitheater. I've talked about that project before. We finally got the money in place. I think we're the first one to get money from Facebook for capital improvements. We got $50,000. Georgia Power donated $10,000, and IMEC, one of our great corporate citizens, is going to build the stage, provide the materials, and install it at no charge to the city. And we got a grant from DNR for $90,000. So we got about $300,000 to put in that park, and we look forward to that. We continue to move forward on our plans. Bruce, where's Bruce? We need the state to fund Athens Tech so they can build the campus on the land we've got designated for them on the Parkway. Can you help us with that? But that'd be a great asset for the county. Athens Tech wants to be there, and we want them there. And we've given them 23 acres. It's held in the Industrial Authority right now, but we're ready to go when they are, and I know they're ready. I've appreciated the chamber hosting this. It provides a good forum for people to figure out what's going on in the towns. We continue to build sidewalks. We got $1 million grant for that. So we're improving on the walkable, livable downtowns. Monroe's doing that. Loganville's doing that. It's what people, millennials, want. They want to live close to downtown. They want things to do, places to go, places to eat, and activities. And that's a priority for all of us. And I've appreciated this from the chamber. And I've enjoyed my service. Becky and I collectively have served for 30 years, and we've had to work around school calendar, court calendar, city calendar, and now we won't have to. So we're going to take some more vacations. But all of you enjoy your holidays. Merry Christmas. And I apologize, I'm going to have to leave early because the employee Christmas dinner is in 20 minutes at Social Circle. Thank you.
Everyone, please stand and let's give a big round of applause to Mayor Dowling. All right, next up is Ms. Winchell.
First of all, I would like to say a big thank you to this conglomerate of people. You've been very gracious and very good to me during the 8 years that I've been on council and during the time that I have served council and now serving as mayor since the retirement of our beloved mayor, Lamar Lee, due to health issues. I have stepped into position actually September 1. He left August 31 and I stepped into the position of mayor. I'd been mayor pro tem 3 times prior to that, him leaving. So I would like to just give a big shout out to the man that I love as my mentor and me as his protege. He has taught me so much and taught me to appreciate this council meeting and everybody that represents Walton County in any way that you do in government. I know that Ray had mentioned about the heroes. Well, I like to think that the sheroes in this county have stepped up to. The women that serve in city government, women that serve in county government, state government, and national government. We matter, we make a difference. We are the sheroes that support our towns as well as the men do. And thank you for everybody that is here that has represented your town in some way or some faction or owning a business or whatever it might be. Walnut Grove is in a state of flux. And that's probably the best thing I can say. We are in a state of flux. We have a new council, new mayor coming in. I have no concept of what will be taking place. My dreams will end actually January 10th when I leave and the new positions are filled. And before I do all that, I have prayed an awful lot and talked an awful lot to God and said, thank you for what you've done for me. Thank you that I've been a part of this community. This was my father's community. He was born and reared here in Monroe. And after my years in Florida, 31 years as a teacher, I have come what I call home. I've been here now for 15 years. My father was a young man that got wild dreams about going to Florida and picking fruit and making a living and doing all the things that you do in Florida, play on the beach and do all of that. And Daddy did all of that. So I came back up here when I was, well, like I say, 15 years ago, to represent my father and my family in a place that I have learned to love and appreciate. I've always loved Walton County, and all of you are so generous and so welcoming to anybody that comes, and I appreciate that, as well as other people that have come and said the same things to me. We're doing a lot of things in Walnut Grove, but we're kind of quiet. We don't get out and splash around a whole lot of information, and I think that's probably something we should improve on. We have repaired sidewalks, we've repaired streets. We had a paving unit come in and do one of our entire neighborhoods. And so the mayor asked me, he said, Carol, would you go over and take a look and see what it looks like? And I went over, I thought I was gonna have a heart attack. It was just patched. I thought, good heavens, it looks like a southern quilt made from Granny's scraps. So I went back, I said, oh no, don't go over there. We need to do something drastically. So we got that all changed and taken care of. We have GDOT is surveying right around my neighborhood, actually at 138 and 81. They're talking about putting us a roundabout in there. So we don't know what they're doing. They have not given us specific information, but they sure spend a lot of time out there with flags and walking around and sticking little sticks in the ground. So we're all kind of wondering, is there going to be any place that we can even have a restaurant or something? We hope to grow. I mean, that was my and Lamar's dream, was that the city would really grow and become a very paramount part of this county. We do have two huge PUD projects coming in, and I don't know how that's going to go because I won't be on the receptive end of that information, but I do know that they're quite large. One is 101.9 acres, and that's at Old Corn Dogs. There's going to be housing developed into there, and then they will have 19.4 acres in that as commercial, and the same thing up in what we call the Dial Farm property right outside town between us and Monroe. It's already under, well, the trees are coming down and the big old tractors and things are sitting up there, and that's supposed to be a unit of about 400 homes, I think. So Walnut Grove is on the move in that direction. Paved Cambridge, got that all taken care of. We've removed 6 trees that seem to have, you know, when you have a creek and it's a live creek and it runs and it fills up and then it goes down as the seasons come and go and the rain comes and go. Well, on our Park Street, we lost about 6 trees. We had to take them down because they were dangerously close to the road and their roots were just sticking out. And so we decided we need to take those down. That's been one of our big projects. What I would like to say personally is my dreams will end January. I have given my time, my efforts, and I've done the best I can, and the council that has sat with me has done the same thing. It will be an interesting stage of events. I know that somebody asked me the other day and says, Carol, what are you going to do when you leave? I said, well, you know, it's up to the good Lord. I do whatever He asks me to do and whatever He tells me to do. So my direction is uncertain at this time. Just keep our city and the citizens in it in your prayers, and just watch us as we hopefully grow and the new council and new mayor take the positions that they have earned. So thank you on behalf of Lamar Lee, who absolutely would wanted to be here, but he's not capable right now of doing that. And thank you that my council that sits with me at the present time and myself, we appreciate the fact that we're part of Walton County, that you include us in everything, that we haven't been forgotten. So my best wishes to each of you. This is my home. I will stay here and work wherever and whatever I can do to make this county as great as it is today and looking into tomorrow's future. So thank you all, and thank you for supporting Walnut Grove and our councils. Thank you.
Thank you for your service, Mayor Pro Tem Witcher. And next up is Mayor Guthrie.
Good afternoon. I'd just like to give a shout out to Miss Carol and of course Hal as they leave today. You know, you look at Hal. He came up. I think he was the only one that didn't have his notes. You know, he's remarkable in that way. He reads something, he remembers it. You know, from then on, just a great man, and I've learned a lot from him. And I've enjoyed serving with him on the Walton Municipal Association and lots of other things along with Miss Carol. And like I said, I'd like to also thank Terry and the Chamber for the opportunity to come to y'all today and just give you a few things, a little stuff that's going on in the city of Good Hope. On January 1st, I'll begin my 8th year as mayor. And I want you to know it's been a privilege and an honor to serve the citizens of Good Hope on that. The city itself is ending the year 2019 on a very good note. The city's finances are in excellent shape, but our expenses and our income are far exceeding our budget projections. As we talked about with the other mayors, the city is growing. The number of houses that have been started and built in the city of Good Hope has really expanded over the past couple of years. And as y'all know, we continue to be a popular destination for bike rides. This past year, we saw the bike ride across Georgia, Tony Serrano Century Ride, Teardrop Century Ride, Rescue 100. All of these were using our city park as a staging and rest stop. Again, our annual Poppy Festival, which is in its 7th year, we do it to honor the veterans, right? We do it in honor of Good Hope resident Moena Michael, the Poppy Lady. And it continues to be a great success every year. This past year, we added a 5K to our events, and we had over 90 runners show up and run that morning. It was really a great day. And just because of all the hard work from our Poppy Festival committee, we were able to raise a little over $7,000 to use for local veterans here around our area. I can go ahead and announce this. The next few months, the City of Good Hope will have a sheriff's precinct. I'd love to be able to take credit for that, but I can't do it. Sheriff Chapman came to me several months ago and asked me about the possibilities of doing that, and we were all on board for that. And since then, we have been able to work out all the paperwork and all the necessary arrangements to make that happen. So we look forward to that happening. And I got to admit, I'm really looking forward to Sheriff's presence in Good Hope, and so are our residents. I'd like to spend just a little bit of time today on our SPLOST and the accomplishments and everything that we've had in our city. You know, Good Hope, being one of the smallest in the Walton County, our finances and we don't have the finances to do a lot of things that Monroe and Loganville and Walton Grove and Social Circle have. But without SPLOST funds, we wouldn't be able to do anything. So far, we have been able to upgrade our city facilities, our city hall. We're still in the process of working on that. Let me see. We've also been able to pave roads. We paved Old Good Hope Road. We've repaved the roads in Queens Landing subdivision, Old Ash Street, and Malcolm Street. We've also used these funds to add sidewalks, which connect our citizens to the downtown area. And with the SPLOST 4, the new SPLOST funds, we have plans to complete the last major leg of our sidewalks, which would be Pleasant Valley Road. We also have added a walking path around our city property, which gives parents a place to walk while their kids are playing in our city park. And all of these that I've mentioned just now are paid for with your funds, SPLOST funds. And, I want to thank you for that. And as I said before, we couldn't do these without these taxes. And just in Good Hope, the citizens can look around and they're able to see in our city what 1 penny can do. Just 1 penny. 1 penny doesn't hurt anybody out of their pockets. I always try to end today up with a quote, and they'll give you something to think about. And today I've chosen one from Thomas Paine, and it says, "Government, even in its best state, is but a necessary evil. In the worst state, is intolerant one." And I'd like to leave by saying I would like to just let all of us strive to be much better than just a necessary evil. We all need to work together, which we do very well. We need to work for the betterment of our citizens and our communities, and we need to cooperate and do everything we can to help everybody that we can. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. We've got some very talented mayors, and we are so thrilled to have you with us.
Creative Artists can offer you a wide range of video production. Call the experts and discuss your project today, whether it's your special event or your company. Creative Artist, 770-267-7368. Creative Artist produces this program you're watching. Call Creative Artist today, 770-267-7368. Creative Artist. They'll put you in the spotlight.
Monroe Country Day School would like to wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
La 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 la. We want to welcome everyone to come visit us here at Peters & Foster's at 205 East Washington Street in beautiful downtown Monroe, Georgia. We're one of the largest furniture dealers right here in the Monroe area. Been here for 70 years. We carry all brands of appliances, all brands of furniture. We have all kind of special financing for you. And we just want to let you know to come by and visit us. And we want this time to tell you and your family, Merry Christmas.
Bah humbug. Dear Santa Claus, my brother Arthur says there is no Santa Claus, and I am wasting my time writing to you, but he is wrong lots of times, and I know you are really and truly you. I would like you to bring me some ice skates and a new teddy bear, 'cause my old bear Harold has a worn out belly, and anything else you think a good little girl would like. Love, Margie. Arthur says that Santa Claus is a big fat humbug. Arthur says he can prove it, and I have to help him, and it's a secret, and if I tell anybody, he will put worms in my bed. Arthur says he is collecting all the stuff we will need to carry out his big plan, and we must hide everything until the time is right. I hung up our stockings and put some cookies and milk on the table, 'cause it is Christmas Eve, and I know Santa Claus will come, and he will be hungry when he gets here. Arthur says it's all dumb, but Arthur is wrong lots of times. Arthur says that after Mom and Daddy go to bed, it will be time to put his plan into action. Arthur says I better stay awake or he will put ice cubes in my pajamas. Arthur says I must tiptoe quiet as a mouse, and if I make any noise, he will flush Harold down the toilet. Arthur says he is making a grand trap to catch a big fat humbug Santa Claus. Arthur put a pail of cold water in the fireplace and a can of pennies by the door. Arthur tied wind chimes to the Christmas tree and spread balloons all over the floor. Arthur is tying string around everything and hanging bells on it. Arthur says the trap is ready and now we have to wait. Arthur says if I fall asleep, he will put bubble gum in my hair. Looks like Arthur fell asleep. Oh, Arthur's sleeping through everything. Santa has come with his bag. He has placed things under the tree, and he's sharing milk with me. He's headed back up the chimney after leaving all the gifts. Oh, now he's gone, and Arthur is still sleeping. Arthur says maybe he was wrong about Santa Claus, but if I tell anybody, he will mush peanut butter and jelly all over Harold's new fur coat. Dear Santa Claus, thank you for the nice ice skates and for the new fuzzy coat, for Harold and everything. I knew you were really and truly you, 'cause Arthur is wrong lots of times. Love, Margie.
Are you in need of tractor work, bush hogging, grading, cleaning, sod installs, and drainage repair? Then you need Bold Springs Landscape Solutions. Bold Springs Landscape Solutions is a licensed, insured, and certified landscape solutions company. Their services include grading and drainage, bush hogging and clearing work, as well as fencing, landscape, and sod installation. Contact Bold Springs Landscape Solutions today.
I'm Pam Valentine from Monroe Auto Brokers. We were located at 600 East Spring Street here in Monroe, Georgia. We'd like to wish everyone a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Good morning. My name is Bill Owens. I'm the Fire Chief at the City of Monroe Fire Department, and just wanted to come to you today and tell you a little bit about fire safety during the holiday season, and just hope everybody has a wonderful holiday season, and just make sure we just keep some safety in mind during that process. The first thing I want to talk about is Christmas trees in general. Everybody has a Christmas tree. It's one of the biggest parts of Christmas for us. But a lot of people want to go get live Christmas trees, and those are great. They can actually be very safe if you go about it properly. And the most important thing I'd like to say is make sure you have plenty of water in the basin of those trees. Cutting down a new tree, bringing it in, now it starts warming up, but the tree itself actually starts to slowly come back to life. And so naturally want to draw a lot of water. It's not uncommon for a large tree to take up to a half to a full gallon of water a day those first few days when you cut them down. So definitely recommend check that every single day. Make sure there's plenty of water in there and there's plenty of water to soak up in there, and that tree will stay good and moist and reduce the chance of having some type of fire. And if there is a fire, it won't just immediately burst into flames. Seen a lot of videos and stuff in the past where you take a dry pine tree or something like that and they just quickly can burn so fast. So make sure there's plenty of water in that reservoir. The next thing with your trees would be any type of heating elements, space heaters, things of that nature around. Keep those as far away from your trees as you can. They could definitely be problematic. They could definitely dry out the trees a lot faster, making a higher fire hazard for you. And then of course you have your pets. Cats especially, they love to climb trees, and now you just brought a tree into your house. So keep that in mind. Again, any type of heaters, things of that nature, and you start involving pets, there's a very good chance for those trees to get knocked over. Most of your space heaters work very good if they get knocked over with shutting off and safety features on those, but if you take a tree and it falls onto a space heater, it could very easily stay on, and now you have a tree and space heater together. So those are, again, high hazard situations you get into. So keep anything that's flammable, such as heaters, even your wood burning heaters that you might have in your house. You have fireplaces a lot of times in your living room. Try to keep that tree as far away from those ignition sources as possible. Again, pets can be involved in that. Kids can be involved in that. So just try to keep as much space in between there as you can to reduce those fire hazards. I guess the next thing that's probably biggest within the holiday season is your cooking hazards. People love to deep fry turkeys nowadays. There's a lot of frying going on, more than normal. And so definitely keep that in mind during these holiday seasons. Your deep fryers, those definitely need to go outside. I know it's cold out, but you don't need to do it in the garage. You don't even need to do it on your back decks. Definitely get away from the structure as far as you can. And if there is an issue, the fire will be then in the yard or on a patio or something like that instead of on the wood deck. I see a lot of people doing it in their garages, and those, again, they feel it's a lot safer there, but it's because you'll have a concrete floor. But once those grease fires do start, they just move right up into the ceilings of your garages and stuff and cause havoc within there. So move those out, keep those away from your structure. Just move out to the yard. Be a great opportunity. You could do it near a fire pit or something like that, and just have a good holiday family time away from the house instead of right there at the house with that. Otherwise, your other hazards, again, moving on, but kind of back inside, is to talk about the kitchen fires that we can have during our holiday season. You've got definitely a lot of baking, a lot of cooking going on, and you can have multiple items going at the same time. So just keep that in mind. You can buy or have small fire extinguishers. They sell them at any of your box stores around town or around the county. But have those handy and ready. And they don't need to be sitting on the counter per se, but a lot of people like to keep them under the sink or keep one in the pantry. They cost $20 or $25, which is not a lot of money when you really think about it. To have that added safety right there in your kitchen where you can quickly get to the fire extinguisher and extinguish any type of flames. Above that, and most importantly, if you do have an issue, sometimes you can easily take care of yourself with a fire extinguisher, but never ever hesitate. Just get out. Just get out of the house, call 911, the fire department can come and help you with whatever problems you have. The last two things on our list for our holiday season is definitely, absolutely the most important thing in your house. Above everything else is going to be your smoke alarm. Those are such lifesavers. Check your batteries. Make sure you have a working smoke alarm. most people don't realize that smoke alarms do have a shelf life. If your smoke alarm is more than 10 years old, it needs to be replaced. Again, we're not talking about a lot of money. You can pick them up. I think the cheapest ones I've seen are like $9 or $10, something like that. They definitely have some more sophisticated ones, and they got all kinds of intercommunicating ones and stuff nowadays, but you know, they even buy for more money, but they're really not that expensive for the level of safety they're going to provide their family. So definitely make sure if they're more than 10 years old, replace those. If you do have the newer ones, that is great. Just make sure they're plugged in, they're working, and they have good fresh batteries in there for your holiday season. The last alarm we're going to talk about is your CO alarms, and so a lot of our homes have gas heat, things of that nature, and so make sure those are working. CO is a big problem when they're in our area. It's that deadly odorless gas that you just don't know about, and suddenly you're getting headaches all the time, and that's because you have a leak within your house and you just don't even know it. So invest in a CO alarm. If you have any type of gas furnace, gas stove, gas water heater, those are the things that would cause that issue, so make sure you have an alarm for that as well.
At Sanders Consign and Design would like to wish our customers and consigners a happy holiday season. This year we are at a new location at the corner of Spring and Wayne Street, so please come visit us if you find yourselves at downtown Monroe. Our hours are Monday through Saturday 10 to 5 and Sunday 2 to 5. If you would like to check us out, please visit us on Facebook and Instagram at Sanders Consign and Design. Again, from all of us at Sanders Consign and Design,
Merry Christmas.